most responsible way to live is that you're playful with life. It's absolutely irresponsible to carry a long face and walk around on this planet.
I agree that it's important to be playful. I think smiling is great.
This is our lives. This is what we spend all of our time doing. So let's embrace it and have the best time we can. Check. You have an alarm.
I recently sat down with Sadhguru for a special one-on-one interview, and so to celebrate that, please enjoy this special Sadhguru Espresso from our vault.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
Being playful always has been understood as irresponsibility. Yes? Do you know, right from your childhood and probably to your children also you're doing this, if they're just playful, you think it's irresponsible. The most responsible way to live is that you're playful with life. It's absolutely irresponsible to carry a long face and walk around on this planet. Yes or no? Isn't it absolutely irresponsible to walk around with misery? Yes? That's the most irresponsible thing you can do. So being playful is not irresponsibility. Being playful is being very responsible and responsive to life. Only when you're playful, you can do that. When you're serious, the world doesn't exist for you, you and your nonsense. Yes? When you're serious, it's just about you and your nonsense. The world and other life does not exist for you. Only when you are playful, you can pay attention to everything. You can truly respond to everything in the world, only if you're playful. Otherwise you cannot. Just the burden of it will kill you.
Of all the people that I profile on my channel, Sadhguru is probably the one that I had the most difficult time fully getting the message, which is why I keep bringing him back on, and hopefully it stretches me and stretches you guys as well. This whole seriousness versus playful thing, I agree that it's important to be playful. I think smiling is great. I think having a happy, optimistic, positive way of thinking about things is really important, especially as entrepreneurs, because we have to deal with so much crap, so much pain, so much misery, so much rejection, so much other people's negativity around us, that if you are not playful, if you are not joyous, then it's really, really hard to keep going on your mission. And that's ultimately why a lot of people stop and they quit. They get consumed by the negativity and they have to leave it and go off and do something else. That being said, I also think there's a time for seriousness. I think it can really help you. I think it can help focus you. I think it can help drive you forward on your mission. The way I see playfulness and seriousness are two sides of the same coin. I think you need both. I think they're not opposite of each other. I think they complement each other. I see it as the same thing as ambition and gratitude. I think you need to be really ambitious. I think it's important to have big goals and set a life for yourself that you want to go off and accomplish and keep striving to do it. And I think it's important to be really grateful for everything that you already do have. You are spoiled, you are lucky, you are so fortunate just to be alive, just to be living in your country, just to be able to watch these YouTube videos. There's so much that you have to be grateful for that you don't even recognize. And so I think both of those serve each other. I think if you are just overly ambitious and never are grateful, I think it just leads to a really dark place. I think it's never enough and it just becomes all-consuming. And I think if you're only grateful all the time and have zero ambition, then that's a happy life, but you're not helping others, you're not serving others, you're not fulfilling the potential that you have inside yourself. And so I think of them as both being necessary. I think you need both of them. I think one standalone doesn't help you get to where you need to go. And so I see that as the same thing as playfulness and seriousness. I see them as two sides of the same coin. I think you need both of them at different times to help you go off and be that best version of yourself. And so that's where I stand on it. I'd love to hear from you guys. I have some special bonus clips lined up, but before that, what do you think? Is it playfulness? Is it seriousness? Is it some mixture of the two? Do you want to add more context that might help me better understand the message? I would love to hear from you. Please leave it down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I believe in you. I hope you continue to believe in yourself and whatever your one word is. Much love, enjoy the bonus clips, and I'll see you again tomorrow morning for another shot of Espresso.
I've noticed that every idea that I've had, whether it was a drum kit or the podcast or whatever it was, past the aux,
Good.
they're all things that I felt like would end up being really fun to do. And so my kind of philosophy I'm adopting now is like,
if it's fun,
it's probably worth doing.
You know why that happens? It's a bigger macro situation. Because it's fun, you're willing to work your face off.
Right.
And working your face off is actually the gateway. It's not the fun. The fun is the doorway that gets you to put in the work, that gets you the results. Because D-Rock loves filming, like the 24/7 nature of what he does is, you know, is why so many kids wanna film and do this, but they don't wanna, it's not fun enough for them. You have to love it. So, the cost of entry now is, you understand? You have to love, like for me, building brands, whether it's my own brand, brands for other people, other things, the wine, it's so the only thing I give a shit about that I'm willing to put in the 19 that it takes.
Right.
Because the problem is now with the internet, like we were just saying, being the middleman, and everybody can play, there's some kid in Kansas City who's gonna put in the 19.
100%.
Right.
Might even put in 20.
And I don't want any of you little f***ers to take my shit. Now what's amazing is though, the biggest thing I didn't know is that's some fun, but there's so much that all those little that are gonna put in the 19 are gonna get theirs too. And that makes me happy.
Yeah.
So I would say fun's a great gateway to, fun is the precursor to ridiculous amount of work, which then gets you there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Making TV should be fun. It should be a creative expression. It should be fun for me. It should be interesting for me, and it should be fun and interesting for the people, the really talented, creative people I work with. And that means the shooters, the editors, the producers, the sound mixers, the colorists. Everybody should be pushing it and having a good day at work when they come to work on this show. Otherwise, there's really no point. There are many, many more dignified things in this world to do than make television. You should have fun when you do it.
It's very, very warm. It's tepid, in fact. Oh, you! There you go, mate!
You know, Lionel articulates this really beautifully and is a huge advocate of having fun at work.
You're on these things for 2 years. Do you really not want to have fun on it?
We got big old feet. You know what they say about big feet? Yeah, big socks.
This is our lives. This is what we spend all of our time doing. So let's embrace it and have the best time we can. Check. You have an alarm.
Well, I think that is. It's all over, young man.
Is it? Is it mate? Yeah.
Shachmat.
Shachmat?
Shachmat.
That's what it looks like to get beat by the boss. I haven't been home at all in 7 months. One must create a family wherever you can, and that's what we did here.
Just to be part of Guy's gang, to be surrounded by good people, hard-working people, and that's nice.
It's been nice to have formed genuinely firm friendships. Would it cost a lot to call it a day?
First and foremost, become really good friends, and sort of second to that is the creative relationship that we have. We were just out in this gorgeous place and with each other the whole time, and ideas would come up over dinner around the campfire at night, and we'd talk about a scene. And that's been an amazing lesson working with Guy and Lionel, is that it also seems to be that the best work comes out the more fun you have.
If you want another amazing video highlighting excellence in the Indian community, check it out right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.